So I do want to quickly speak about Lamine Yamal. And the main reason why I'd want to devote this whole video about Lamine Yamal is because Lamine Yamal, in the match against Alaves, he was amazing. I really do think that that was probably one of his best games that he has had in his career. And I say that because I do think that if somebody were to ask, hey Kevin, what game would you recommend for me to see about Lamine Yamal to see what type of player he is? I would tell you go look at Yamal versus Alaves that happened on February 2nd, 2025. That was a game that showed that Lamine Yamal truly is a special player. And it was not against a easy team. It's not like we played Barbastro or like we played a third division team. It was us playing against Alaves, a side that, while yes, they have been poor in the league so far this season, they came up very strong against FC Barcelona last night. Very strong. Alaves were defensively very solid. But Lamine Yamal, going up against that team, he was amazing. In that game, he completed the most dribbles, which was a total of 10. He won the most duels, which was a total of 14, and he created the most chances, which was a total of 3. Here's also going to be another very interesting fact. Lamine Yamal completed 11 dribbles against Alaves, the most by a teenager ever in La Liga match. Who has he overtaken? Lionel Messi in February 2007, who was 2 years older than Lamine Yamal is now. That's so insane, guys. And here's going to be another very interesting stat. Lamine Yamal attempted 21 dribbles against Alaves. He attempted, okay? The previous stat that we just talked about is he completed the 11 dribbles against Alaves. But here he attempted 21 dribbles against Alaves, 11 completed. The most by any Barcelona player in any single La Liga game since at least 2005-2006 season. 20 by Lionel Messi versus Mallorca in April 2007. Once again, that is insane because, at this point, we are comparing Yamal to Messi. We were talking about Yamal versus Endrick, Yamal versus Dembele, Yamal versus Mbappe, Yamal versus, I don't know who else, Salah, like just random players. And at this point, since this game, everybody has been saying Lamine Yamal really does look like Lionel Messi. Now, I talked about this multiple times before. Like, in my opinion, when I see Yamal, he is a hybrid. And the reason why I do think that he is a hybrid between Messi and Neymar and a little bit of Ronaldinho is because he has yet to be, I would just say, fully refined. He still needs to find his own specific true style. Because usually when you're young and you're like around the age of 16, 17, 18, 19 years old, you're all over the place. You look like one player today and then another player tomorrow. But as you mature, as you get older, when you become more seasoned, you start to have your set style. So Lamine Yamal does look like a hybrid of Messi and Neymar. The biggest question is going to be, which side is he going to choose? Or could we see something different? Could Lamine Yamal continue to be a hybrid between Messi and Neymar and just further that level more and more? That would be very interesting and very scary for any team, because Yamal, he does the step overs and then which makes him look like Neymar, and then he wants to like get the ball from the right flank, invert himself to the middle, look for the key passes. He looks like Messi, and then he wants to make these tricks on one of the players on the far right corner of the final third, which makes him look like Ronaldinho. I'm like, okay, you look like everybody, bro. And you know what I'm saying? You look like 3 specific players. And those 3 players were no joke, and they had their own true style to them that was true to their hearts. And you're over here just saying I'm gonna do all of them at the age of 17 years old. Yamal, bro, you're crazy. And so it's mind-blowing. He is not only a colossal dribbler, because we know that we saw him take down 8 men against Alaves, right? Which was crazy. Like, no other player has been able to do that since Messi, literally. I'm not out here trying to lie and trying to hype Yamal because I'm a Barcelona fan. Like, literally, I have not seen that since Messi. But not only is he a colossal dribbler, but like, bro, he's also a monster in key passes, right? Like, due to his volume and his ability to invent different plays, he's always able to find at least 2 or 3 passes per 90 minutes where his passes really do end up becoming goals. It's insane. Like, his passes always get completed. They always get met by either Rafinha or Lewandowski or Pedri or Casado, and he's very dangerous. And that's really good, because if we have to be a team that has to play on the counter, you can bet on Lamine Yamal, right? Because he's able to find the pass on the right flank and look for the long pass, right, to either Rafinha. We have seen that happen multiple times. That is one of his like little, I will say, gigs. Like Hansi Flick is saying, okay, look, when you receive the ball on the right flank and we're on the counter and it's open, the field is open, go switch that ball to the other side of the field to Rafinha. He does that a lot and he does that very well. Or he takes the ball and he dribbles the whole thing to himself and then finds the last man in the final third, and then there you go. That's it. Or if there's a situation where Barcelona have to go up against a low block, his key passes really do come in handy, right? Because he's able to find those little pocket of spaces that nobody else can find, not even us looking on the laptop or wherever you guys are watching it from TV or in person. Like, you cannot see what Lamine Yamal is about to do, but only him, he sees that. And that makes Yamal very special. And yeah, so I would just say a colossal dribbler, and a very impressive passer. And I would also say, since we are kind of like analyzing his game, he's taller than Dembele. Since I know it's kind of crazy for me to say that, but like, yeah, he is taller than Dembele. And you would assume that, oh, Lamine Yamal is just a kid. He's only 16 or 17, right? Like, he's young. Like, he should be short, right? Since we are comparing him to Messi. Maybe the reason why he has the same styles because he has the low center of gravity to Lionel Messi, but no, dude, Yamal is taller than Dembele and he's 17. So it really makes you wonder, right? Like, how tall is he going to get? Because you usually do not stop growing until, like, I would just say 20. Like, scientifically, I was looking at the research. You don't actually stop growing until like you're 21 or 22 years old. But on average, I've seen most men stop at 20. So I'm going to assume that he stops at 20. So you're telling me that in 3 years, he might grow about 1 to 2 more inches? You're telling me that he's going to be 5'11", 5'11" or 5'10" by the time we get into, let's just say 2027, the 2027-2028 season? That would be considered as a very tall winger. He'll almost look like Liao, because like, I'm not gonna say that he's gonna be Liao's height because Liao is 6 feet, but he'll almost look like Liao. Almost. I would just say maybe 2 or 3 inches less than Liao, or I would just say 2 inches less than Liao. And that kind of makes me wonder, right? So like, if he gets taller, is that going to ruin his speed or like his explosiveness with the ball? This is where things get very like interesting and tricky, and especially for the managers and I would just say the physical trainers, the people who prepare them in terms of like the muscles and the speed and overall fitness, because you have to make sure that this player does not lose their speed, nor do they lose their explosiveness, especially with the game that we have today. Like football. Football is very explosive, very physical, right? Very, very high pace. Pep Guardiola had an interview about, I would just say, 6, 7 days ago, and he was saying that our style of playing, it is a little difficult to implement that now with Man City, because when you look at the Premier League and you look at Brentford and you look at all those other teams in the on the English Premier League, they play very physical, very direct, extremely quick, and Man City cannot keep up anymore. And so that is the future of, I would just say, football. Hansi Flick is doing a great job in terms of making Barcelona evolve into that, into what the modern day version of what a football team should look like. We're very direct, very, I would also say very physical, because of how we press, how we try to force our way into the final third. Very fast passes. We have fast dribblers. Hansi Flick is going to want even more fast dribblers, which is why I do think that he's going to go for either Liao or maybe Musiala, because it is very necessary. And so we don't want Lamine Yamal to lose that, especially when you're going to continue to be our right winger. If he becomes a central attacking midfielder, then the conversation changes, right? It switches. Or if he becomes a false nine, or whatever. Like if Hansi Flick says, I want Yamal as a false nine, and I'm gonna be having Liao on the left and somebody else on the right. Like, I don't know. Like, he might do something crazy like what Guardiola did with Messi back in 2008. But let's just assume that he continues to own the right wing position, and that is his only position, and he'll stay there forever. For sure, bro. You cannot lose your explosiveness nor your speed. And so if he does get taller, hopefully he does not lose his speed, because what made Messi so special is that he kind of, yeah, he was short and he stayed short. I don't know if that's like an insult to him or like to, you know what I'm saying, to like the short people out there in the world, but like he stayed short and that helped him, right? And what made him so lethal is the fact that he had very low center of gravity. And I would say that he was very fast with the ball, but he was not the fastest player. Like, he was not Adama Traore, right? But he was pretty fast for somebody who can dribble with the ball, which made him so deadly and unstoppable. I don't want Lamine Yamal to lose his explosiveness or his speed whatsoever. I want Lamine to reach the speed of Dembele. And if he does get taller, which I assume he is because he's already taller than Messi, you're going to have to work on, you know, maintaining your physical status, having a great physical status. You don't want to lose it. You don't want to just say, I have all the technique in the world. It does not matter. I'm going to just vibe out and just relax and act like the star. No, you have to work really hard. Make sure that you go according to plan and whatever the physical trainers recommend to you in order for you to stay healthy, explosive, fast. You're able to make those runs behind the defensive line. You're still able to make runs with the ball. You have to listen to all those things, all those, the nutrition, everything. You cannot lose that. Because to be honest, dude, like I would say that Yamal is faster than Messi already. He is. I think that Yamal is faster than Messi without the ball. And I do think that right now, Yamal and Messi are even in terms of dribbling with the ball, like in terms of speed. And I don't know if he's going to get faster or slower. I just have no idea because he's so young, which makes this whole scenario very interesting. You know, Messi wasn't that fast. Like I said before, like he was not that fast. He was not like Adama Traoré or Liao, like in terms of like top speed. But every time he did carry the ball, he just seemed like he was fast because he was pretty fast for somebody who knew how to carry the ball. Because usually, in general, like 99% of the players, when they had the ball and they had to carry the ball to the final third, it does slow them down. But Messi was fast. Yamal, you know, he cannot lose that. I don't want him to lose that because he looks very fast, and I don't want him to lose that. And at the very least, don't lose your explosive acceleration in the first few meters and inches. That's very important if you want to get away from a player that goes on a 1v1 duel with you. So make sure you take that with you and you don't lose it. In terms of key passes and trying to do long shots from outside the box or trying to out dribble somebody right now, he is 110%. Amazing. And I would also say, right, that his maturity on the field at this age, at 17 years old, it is better than Messi when Messi was 17 years old. I know, bro. I know. It's crazy for me to say that, but I promise you guys, I am not lying. I've thought about this for a very long time. And I'm like, okay, am I just thinking this because I favor Yamal, because I'm a Barcelona fan, and because I want Yamal to do well? But I'm really trying to like self-reflect. I'm not trying to be biased, but it is true. Go look at Messi at 17 years old. Go look at the clips, the highlights, the games. The games are available. Go look at Messi at 17 years old. Go look at least 4 to 5 matches to get a general understanding on what he did and what type of impact he had. And then compare that impact of Messi to Yamal today and what we see today. You would say, and you guys cannot lie, you guys would say that Yamal has a different level of maturity and more impact on the game. Yamal is ahead of Messi when they were both 17 years old. And that's just facts, bro. I know like it's kind of like hard to say things like this because you don't want to overhype a player, but these are the facts, and this is what we're seeing visually. But here is going to be the only problem that I do have with this whole thing about Yamal, right? Because clearly, dude, like Yamal at 17 is better than Messi at 17 years old. Okay, like that's just how it is. I never seen Messi do this at 17. He exploded the moment he turned 20. I can't even imagine what Yamal is going to look like when he's 20. But let's also keep in mind that we said 4 years ago that when Ansu Fati was 16 and 17 years old, he was ahead of Messi when he was 16 or 17 years old. We said that. We said that about Ansu. We said Ansu Fati has a head start over Messi when Messi was 16 years old, which was true. It was facts, right? Because Ansu had a really good ability to score. He looked so explosive, very strong. Messi was nowhere near that type of level. Nowhere near. We said this about Ansu. And if we look at Ansu today, you guys already know, right? Ansu was not the same. And so we have to be very careful with Lamine Yamal and make sure that this does not get repeated and we don't commit the exact same mistakes because this could happen. We have said this about Ansu. Go to the comments. Go do your own research because I did. We all said Ansu Fati at 16 years old has a better head start than Messi when he was 16. We're saying the same thing with Lamine Yamal, and I don't want the same thing to happen with Yamal, because I really do think that Yamal is special. Yamal, I will say this in terms of like how the impact level. Yamal is the best at 17. Messi is the second best at 17. No, I will say Ansu is the second best at 17, and then Messi is the third best at 17 years old. That is the order, and that's facts. And I do think that Yamal is in first position by a mile, by a huge margin, which makes him very, very special. And I don't want Yamal to make any mistakes for the next 3 years, because Ansu Fati did make mistakes. And I don't know if Ansu Fati is going to come back. I mean, like, he wants to stay at Barcelona. He wants to prove himself. Good. But, like, he's 20 years old, about to turn 21. Or, I don't know. Man, how old is Ansu Fati, bro? Like, I'm getting lost with this guy's age. Ansu Fati is 22 years old, and he's going to be turning 23 this year on October 31st. 23. Just like that. He was 16 like yesterday. So with Lamine Yamal, is going to go the same, dude. It's going to be like that, dude. Like, you just have to take care of yourself now. You're going to be 20 before you know it. And I want Yamal to be at the top of the game, top level, the best in the world at 20. I want him to be that. Now, right, patience, right? You take it day by day, work hard every day. But that is going to be the expectations for you, because if you have a head start like this at the age of 17, and you literally look better than Messi when he was 17, you do have the capability, my friend, where if you do everything correct in terms of training, nutrition, confidence, elite mentality, you will be probably the best player in the world at 20 or 21 years old. You just have to be focused. Nothing else matters but football. Don't go out there on social media. Don't go search up women. Don't go partying. When you turn 21, don't go out there to the clubs. Forget that. Let it go. Done. Focus on football. All those parties and everything come later, post 30 years old. And you're still going to be young. Trust me. Right now, focus on football. Focus on winning the Champions League. And win that multiple times. Do not even think. Right? That's why now I'm over here trying to counter whatever I just said. But whatever. Don't even think that you're Messi, bro. I mean, if you're ever watching this, don't even think that you're Messi. You will not be Messi, because you need to do exactly what you're doing right now times 3, and do it for the next 10 years and win 5 Champions Leagues, and then pray to God that you win a World Cup. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is a huge journey. And so you are nowhere near Messi, my friend. You're not. You have the level, though. And you have the talent, all the talent in the world to become an all-time great of Maradona, Messi, Ronaldo Nazario, etc. But it's very easy for the players today, in today's times, for you guys to lose your level just like that. It's gone. Like, if you guys just want to just be like, oh, I want to go there. Oh, that place looks nice. And let's go out with my friends. Let's go drinking, whatever. It's going to be gone. I promise you it will. We have seen multiple situations like that. So take it day by day, because right now you do have the head start, so don't lose it. But I'm proud of what Yamal has been able to accomplish so far with Barcelona, and hopefully he continues to excite us and entertain the world, not just Barcelona fans, but entertain the world and the next generation to come. That is what's most important. We see players like him at 17 years old coming through the academy, making the academy players of Barcelona believe that they can make it. Right? It's gonna really give Barcelona a massive impact 10 years down the line. And like I said before, inspire the world, bro, because no one wants to see Vinicius play football at all. That guy's a horrible example. All he does is cry. All he does is go to the ground and start complaining and start yelling, asking for mom. He starts crying. No, he's complaining to the ref. Please give me 3 points, please. Please give me a goal. Give me a penalty, please. No young generation wants to see Vinicius today. No. People want to see Lamine Yamal. So that's it, right? I'm going to be ending it here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.